guys. Can everybody hear me okay? Oh, you like my shirt? Can't wait to see what I learned to... Oh, okay, awesome. Cool. Well, by the way, I'm in my living room, so you might hear some, hang on. Oh. You might hear some craziness from Lucas since he's here. Let me get something else to hold this with. Hang on. One second, guys. Yeah, can I remove slides? Thanks, man. Yeah, we just all right, we got a better, I got a highly sophisticated mechanism here. The TV remote that basically holds up the phone. Here, let's see. Listen, I'm actually watching myself on the screen too, so I want to make sure this is good. Oh man. All right, that's fine. Whatever. Can everybody hear me okay? All right, let's get this party started. Awesome. How's everybody doing, by the way? How is everybody doing today, Monday? How's the week? How did the week get started for you? Awesome, yes. Amazing. Well, I'm extremely excited. Oh, crap, I need a charger. Hang on. See, I wasn't prepared for this. Hang on, I need to grab a charger. I need a charger. How do you do this? No, because it's messed up. All right, it's cold in my house. Anyway, all right, guys, I'm super excited. Herbadan. Cool. This is kind of distracting, but awesome. Anyway, I hope you guys are having. Damn, thank you, bro. Woo! Got me some tea. Got me some nice cinnamon tea. Hola, Maria Perla. We got a beautiful. By the way, we have some guests here that I want to introduce you guys to, but hang on. Meet this beautiful princess from Brazil, Maria Perla. Maria Perla. Say hi, hola. Isn't she gorgeous? And meet my friends from Brazil.
Hello guys, how are you doing?
Residence team from Brazil.
Nice to meet you.
Millionaires team 7500 from Brazil. I'm going to have them talk to you guys in a little bit, but anyway, let's get started. So, as you guys all know, we were just in Cancun for the most unbelievable event ever, and of course I want to share some things with you. Disney, actually, you know what? Yeah, can you give me the note cards, please? I think I know where I put them. Hang on, sorry guys. I think I know where I put them. Alright, cool. Back at it. So, this week, or this last weekend or whatever, I don't even know what day it is now, but anyway, whenever it was that we were over there in Cancun, we actually got to train on stage, and so we put together a training that's more for like high-level people, presidents, teams, and all that, but putting together this training kind of allowed me to see and realize a lot of the things that we do that and a lot of the things that we have that sometimes we take for granted. I myself take for granted a lot of the times. So I wanted to share some of those things with you guys because I feel that sometimes, like I said, we take things for granted or we don't understand sometimes the purpose of things. And everything we do has a purpose, and everything we do with our business has a purpose, right? So, let me just get this organized real quick. Sorry, we literally just got back home like maybe an hour and a half ago. We still haven't unpacked. All of our bags are still there. But I wanted to talk to you guys tonight because I'm excited and I'm super fired up. It was funny, the other day we were after the bonus awards over there, we were like sitting down at dinner and we were like, oh yeah, we can't wait to go back home now and work even harder, and we're so fired up to go back home and work even harder. And people were like, oh my God, really work harder? Like, can you work any harder? But yeah, there's a lot more that we can do. So I'm going to share with you a little bit of what we talked about in this training over there in Cancun. Well, first of all, let me talk about Cancun for a little bit because you guys have no idea. This was the most unbelievable event ever. First when we get there, the treatment is just amazing. We got to hang out and learn from some of the top distributors in the world, which was unbelievable. Okay. We got to party with some of the top distributors from around the world. Basically, chairman, founder circle, as many Ks as you want. They were all there. We had the opportunity to be on stage. Actually, Alan and Fabi also were on stage, and they did somewhat like a social media training, and then we had to do a different training as well. But it was really cool, really exciting to be able to be on stage in front of. It was over 2,500 people. But over 2,500 people, nothing but leaders in the company. Everybody was basically millionaire team and above. So that was pretty awesome. So we got to train on stage. At first, that was a little bit stressful, but it turned out great. What else? We qualified. So they had different qualifications for the active world. Like if you had certain active world teams in your downline, so there was like 3 stars, 4 stars, 5 stars, 6 stars, whatever. So we qualified for the stars experience. So every day we had like a different brunch, a different dinner, a different party. It was like amazing every single day. The treatment was unbelievable for the 5 stars. We had like a private transport from the airport to the hotel and back from the hotel to the airport. And the treatment was just like literally like 5-star treatment. The resort was amazing. It was like a whole city of its own, and the craziest thing about it is that it was filled with Herbalife people. So it was almost only Herbalife. You would walk down the hallways, and all you would see is Herbalife people. So that was pretty crazy. Then we had amazing Under the Sea gala, which was a gala that was put together to basically raise funds for the Herbalife Family Foundation. So like, you know, if you want to like buy a table to eat dinner, it was like $10,000 for the table or whatever. A few of us got together and got one of the tables and had an amazing dinner. And then there they do silent auctions and they do like live auctions as well. And we actually joined one of the live auctions and won like the grand prize for the live auction. So we actually won a trip to go see, and it was many of you know, Alcides, which is our fourth line upline. Alcides and I were the ones that first kind of like, you know, jumped into it, and then Alan and Fabi also joined us, but it was pretty exciting. So I'll sum it up for you. So we were sitting down at the table, and we're eating dinner, and all of a sudden the live auction goes on, and they announce, you know, the winning bid is going to get to go on all expenses paid trip for 3 days to Madrid, and it's going to include you're going to be able to go watch a Real Madrid game. I don't even watch soccer, but I know they're a pretty good team. But that's not even the cool part. You're going to get to go watch a Real Madrid game in Spain, and you're going to get the opportunity to meet and greet Cristiano Ronaldo and take pictures with him and drink shakes with him. And so that was pretty exciting when we heard that, right? But I wasn't even planning on like jumping in. And then, so the auction starts, and they're like, we're going to start the bidding at $75,000. It's for 5 people, by the way. So this auction was for 5 people. And they're like, we're going to start the bidding at $75,000. And I was like, oh my God. And anyway, we're sitting down eating dinner, and we hear people kind of start throwing numbers up and everything, and it was crazy. And so it gets down to like the final 2, and most of you know these guys. It was like Enrique Carrillo, and it was Gary Jones, and they were going head to head, betting against each other for this experience. And then Alcides, we were sitting down the table, and Alcides was like, he's like, should we go? I was like, I don't know. I'm like, well, he's like, well, if you know, if you team up with me, I'll go. You know, if you go, I'll go. It was kind of one of those. If you go, I'll go. And I was like, well, if you go, I'll go. And so we were like, forget it, let's go. So we went up there, and we actually placed the winning bid, and we won like the experience. So that's really unbelievable. It was one of the most exciting moments of my life. It was surreal. The craziest thing was, and the most surreal thing about it was knowing that everything, all the money, is actually going towards the Herbalife Family Foundation. That was unreal. Just the feeling of knowing that all the money that we just put up is going towards helping kids. That was unbelievable. And Herbalife had a goal of raising $1.2 million during these past couple of days. And actually, at the end, this is amazing. This is one of those things about Herbalife. We were Enrique. Well, we had the winning bid for $115,000, and then the auctioneer, the guy that was auctioning off the package, he was like, well, Enrique, he's like, if you do the same amount, you'll also get to go to Madrid with your group of guys. So we both ended up winning, actually. So 2 groups are going to get to go to Madrid to go watch a game and go meet Cristiano Ronaldo. So it's going to be unbelievable. So we both won. But all of us standing up on stage and knowing that together we had just raised $230,000 towards the Herbalife Family Foundation, and you know, and we surpassed the goal that we had as a company of $1.2 million to go towards helping kids. That was unbelievable, surreal experience, you know, and that kind of kicked off like the madness and the fun of the event. Then the day after, we actually we went. Well, there was a fit hour. We worked out with Dr. John Heiss. Everybody. Well, we got to meet like all the doctors and everybody backstage. We were just hanging out. Michael O. Johnson hanging out, taking pictures backstage. All that. Then the following day, we had a fit hour with Samantha Clayton. Dr. John Heiss was there. We were working out together. All that. And then right after, we had a pickup basketball game with some Chairman's Club members and some of the top presidents team from all over the world. And then after that, we had the award night, which that was unbelievable, as Marcuse would say. At first, we weren't really nervous. I wasn't really nervous at first. But they called it off by different sections, right? So first they called off, all the one diamonds who qualified for the bonus, and then they put your name on the screen, and they, some guy says your name, and you got to walk up stage, and then they start introducing you by different regions. So, like Europe is one region, and then whatever, South America, and then North America. So Asia is another region, whatever. So we started going with some of the other regions, and then North America was last. But I wasn't nervous until then. They were calling all the one diamonds from other regions, and I wasn't nervous. And then when I realized finally that it was time for the one diamond bonus qualifiers from North America to actually go up, I started freaking out. I almost crapped my pants. It was so exciting, and we were so nervous because we had no idea what to expect. And so they call our name, and we go on stage, and then we go on stage and hand us our bonus, and we didn't even want to open it. We were holding on to it, just like this. We didn't even want to open it. And then I was like, all right, Disney, so I'll record you while you open it first, and then I want to see your reaction, and then you record me while I open it, and then so you can see my reaction. And we lost both videos, by the way. It sucks. But either way, her reaction was priceless. She started crying right away. And my reaction was like, what the? I couldn't believe how much money we had gotten, because we were expecting way less. We were expecting probably half of that. We were never expecting that much. All of you know how much we got. But we were expecting way less. And then when we opened it up and we see that amount, we were like, oh my God, we could not believe it. And that was crazy. That was surreal. And by the way, I'll be showing you some of you guys, not our check, but I'll show you our check. But I'll show you I'll tell you about some of the other checks that some of the other people got, like some of the Chairman's Club members and some of the 3 diamond and the 4 diamond. I saw some of their checks, and it was crazy. So I'll share that with you face to face one day when I run into you at Extravaganza or LDW or whatever. And I can show you some pictures and stuff. It was crazy. Anyway, so that was pretty much our trip to Cancun. And then the last day we just hung out by the pool and relaxed and kind of soaked it all in because it was crazy. And then after the awards, it was like a reception and a freaking amazing party, and everything was just unbelievable. So anyway, I want to talk to you about, this is cool. You guys all have to be, it's like I always say, our president is your future. All of you who are serious and who really want it, it's only a matter of time before you're there. This was our 3rd time at this event, and, we were collecting a bonus. So even if you're not collecting a bonus, just to go to this event is an unbelievable experience. So, for you guys that are coming up and working, you can be at the next event next year. There's no reason why you couldn't. We qualified for our first honors after a year of being in the company. So you can be at the next event. You want to be at the next event because it's going to be even better. So it's something that you have to experience. And then, eventually down the line, once you're getting your first bonus, it's an experience that I can't even explain. It's like I always say about Extravaganza, that it's an experience that you can't even explain. Well, that's kind of how this bonus was. It's something, and it wasn't about the money. It was just about, we had basically donated half the money already. So it wasn't about the money. It was just about knowing, kind of like knowing the achievement. It was like a sense of fulfillment, Anyway, siéntense. My friends are being shy over there. They're standing up. They're watching the training. So, like I was talking about before, sometimes we take a lot of things for granted. But I want to talk to you a little bit about, what we do, because sometimes we don't realize what we do, and sometimes we don't realize what we have. But this is pretty powerful. Babe, can you close the door, please? We have it's taken us, we've been in Herbalife now for, 3.5 years. So it has taken us 3.5 years to come up with the structure and to come up with basically the flow that our business has today. And sometimes, especially for a lot of you guys coming in, you come in and it's just the norm and you don't understand really everything that's behind what's going on. But I just want to tell you, there's a lot of thinking, there's a lot of structure, there's a lot that has gone behind to everything that we have today. So that's what I want to talk about, so that you guys can understand it, so that you don't take it for granted, because I personally take it for granted a lot of times. And it's not perfect, and our system is not perfect, but it's an ongoing process, because as we continue to grow, we continue to run into new problems, and they're great problems. And like Grant Cardone says, it's like, problems are good as long as they're good problems and, exciting problems. I don't want to have the same old boring problems, right? So growth and that's a good problem. So we're always going to continue to evolve with our structure and the way we do things. But it's important that we don't take things for granted. And it's important that we understand the purpose of everything, right? So everything that we do in Herbalife has a purpose. And everything that we do, us together as a team has a purpose. I'm drinking with the wrong hand. I should be drinking with this hand so that you can see the Herbalife. That's better. So everything has a purpose. So like I said, I'm going to talk to you about some of the things that we talked about on stage this weekend in front of Chairman's Club members, Founders Circle, and they were actually all pretty impressed at the structure and at the flow that we have in our business, at what we've created, right? Which all of you guys have this, you have access to this. So number one, let's just start out with this, because this is the most important. Everything that I'm going to talk about here can only happen if you, number one, get results with the products, and then after doing so, you get clients. Right? So that's number one. For this business to work, you need, number one, results, and then once you have the results, or as you're getting the results, you need to generate clients, because nothing happens without clients. Nothing happens without members. Nothing happens without getting people on these products. Okay, so everything that I'm going to talk about is irrelevant if you don't get people on the products. Okay, and getting people on the products all starts with you getting on the products and you getting amazing results. Right? And I can't emphasize this enough. Okay, results is everything. And every time I feel like I'm kind of deviating away from the results that I kind of want, or I'm doing something that doesn't go towards helping my results, I think about it twice, and I kind of correct myself, because we all make mistakes. We all cheat every now and then, and we all screw up every now and then. That's normal, okay? But it's important that we understand that our main objective and our main goal should be to be in the most amazing shape of our lives, okay? We want our image, right? You're all creating an image for yourself. Now the question is, what image are you creating, right? We all want our image to be the best image possible. And we all want our image to be an image that makes sense and that goes hand in hand with Herbalife. And what is Herbalife? Herbalife is nutrition. Herbalife is a healthy, active lifestyle. So we have to look the part. We have to look like, healthy, active lifestyle. So it starts with our results. If you still have some weight to lose, you better lose it. If you, if you lost the weight and you don't have a new result, get a new result. Okay, it all starts with that. It all starts with that. Then once you get results, and once you create an attractive image for yourself, then you're able to attract prospects, right? And these prospects will turn into clients eventually. They'll turn into members. Okay, and you can attract the prospects in any way. You can attract the prospects. If you're pregnant, just try not to gain so much weight while you're pregnant, so that you can lose it right after. You can attract these prospects in many different ways. Obviously, through social media is one. You can attract them through your circle of influence. You can attract them through many different tools that we have in Herbalife that allow you can track them through the pin, right? But it all starts with your results. Once you have the results, then you go into phase 2, which is attracting the prospects. Like I said, there's many different ways of attracting the prospects. That's not what I'm going to talk about, because for that you can get with your coach and you can figure out a game plan that works for you. But there's many different ways of attracting the prospects. Once you attract the prospects and you generate the contacts, guys, it's important that, especially if you're working through social media, it's important that we ask the right questions, okay? And I feel like sometimes some of us forget about this, but it's important that we're always asking if they've tried Herbalife before. And if they have, it's important that we dig deep and we filter to make sure that we're not working with someone who already has a coach, okay? We want to make sure that we're working in an ethical way and we're not, stepping on anybody's shoes. So we don't want to be, and first, it doesn't even make sense because you don't want to be wasting your time with somebody who already has a coach. So we want to make sure we're asking the right questions. And ultimately, our goal is to get them on the products. Now, the only way you're going to do this is if you keep it simple, okay? If you're using social media, it's important that you follow whatever your sponsor tells you to follow. For example, if your sponsor tells you to respond to a certain email in a certain manner, or to recommend a certain set of products, it's important that you follow that. They're telling you that for a reason. It's been established. It's been proven to work, okay? So I know sometimes we like to get creative and we like to create our own messages and we like to get all fancy and add things that, that we think are going to be better. It makes no sense. There's no point in adding anything, okay? There's like it's like an easy process, it's like don't reinvent the wheel. Don't try to fix something that's not broken. Just follow the process, okay? Just follow whatever process your sponsor tells you to follow. So don't try to get too fancy. Don't try to get too creative, And anyway, so moving on from that, so once you generate the prospect, this is all part of the way things should kind of flow. Once you generate the prospect, eventually some of them, a percentage are going to get started. Now, it doesn't mean that everybody, this is another thing, it doesn't mean that everybody you're going to talk to is going to get started. Most people you talk to don't get started. And just to give you an idea, for example, we close about between 10 and 20% of the people who we talk to, okay? Of the people who contact us, we close about 10 to 20% of those people. So don't feel bad if you're getting a couple contacts and none of them are going through, okay? Because what's 10% of 100? That's 10 people. That's 10 people. So for you to get 10 clients, you gotta be contacted at least by, or talk to at least about 100 people, and these are 100 people who are already interested. Okay, it's not somebody that you talk to on the street. No, these are 100. If you went out and got people's and talked to people on the street, these are 100 that you actually got their phone numbers. Okay, let's say you go out to the street and you talk to 400 people. Out of the 400. Depending on how effective you are, you might get 100 phone numbers. Out of the 100 phone numbers, you might get 10 clients. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about you talk to 100 people and 10 of them are going to get started. No, I'm talking about 10 are going to be the ones that get started out of the 100 that were already kind of interested. All right, so get that clear. And the same works with social media or whatever. If you're using social media, if 100 people are contacting you, those are 100 people that are somewhat interested, you might get 10. You may not get none. Okay, you may get none. It all depends. The key is planting the seeds, though, because if you plant enough seeds, eventually, over time, some of those people are going to come back. Okay, but that's just to give you an idea so that you can have, more of a concrete number, and so you're not freaking out, when you talk to 5 people and none of them got started. It's, the problem, you're probably not the problem. Okay, the problem is just you don't have enough numbers. Now, if you talk to 1,000 people and none of them got started, then you're obviously the problem. Once we get them on the products, it is crucial and it is imperative that we get people results. Now, obviously, some people are not going to do it right. Some people are not going to follow the plan, and that's okay. Obviously, we can't drink the products for people, but it's important that we do our job as coaches to at least, try to get people results and do our best. the best that we can at getting people results, right? But that's going to be key. That's going to be major key alert. That's going to be a major key in your business, because those people that get the results are going to be the ones that will end up turning into team members for the most part. If they don't get results, they'll probably stop drinking the products. Okay, so it's important that we get people results, because whether they turn into team members or not, whether they turn into coaches or not, if they're getting results, they'll continue to take the products over time. Okay, now this leads to follow-up, right? So it's key that we do correct follow-up. And how do we do our follow-up, guys? And this is something that we did have this before. Okay, the chats. Okay, the chats is something that got started maybe, Disney, when did the chats get started? 2 years ago? 2 years ago? The chats is something that we implemented maybe 2 years ago. And you can imagine before that, trying to take care of hundreds of people without the chats. Okay, trying to, provide follow-up for hundreds of people without the chats, keeping people motivated without the chats. That was a challenge. Okay, because first of all, they only had one story, which was ours. They didn't have like the hundreds of stories like they have now in the chats. Okay, and then it was like, how do we keep track of everybody? How do we, stay in touch with everybody every single day and at all times? So then we came up with this whole chat idea, and we started plugging people into chats. People started to love it. People started to get better results. They started to create relationships with other people in the chats. They started to motivate each other, and this created something like magical. All right, like, Herbalife is fun, simple, and magical. And this created something magical that I can't really explain it, but to this day, the chats is something that for us is unbelievable. It's crazy to see all the relationships that get built in the chat. It's awesome to see how much more results people get who are on the chats. Okay, so it is critical that whenever you have it's critical, number one, that first of all, that you're in the chat, okay? And that not only are you in the chat, but that you're active in the chat, okay? This is key. This is critical that you're in the chats every single day, okay? Now, obviously, sometimes it can get overwhelming. The chats are crazy, so you don't need to have your notifications turned on. What I suggest that you do is that maybe you set an alarm on your phone and you check the chat every hour or every half an hour or whatever, and you kind of catch up and then you move on. Okay, but it is crucial that we're in the chats all day. Okay, all day. And like I said, it doesn't mean you're in there literally all day, but that you're checking in periodically, because you never know. Somebody may say something in the chat that might make your day. Maybe you're having a bad day, somebody says something that gets to you, it made your day, all of a sudden it changed your whole outlook on life. All right, so it's important we stay in the chats, and it's important that we get our clients and our members in the chats as well. It's crucial that we get our members in the chat. Now, I know we all have individual chats, and that's all cool. I suggest that you shouldn't have your own chat unless you're a tab team. Okay, so unless you're a get team and up, you shouldn't have your own chat. You should be plugging in to the main chat that your upline tab team has created. The more stories that we have, the more people that we have interacting in the chats, the more powerful it is. So for me, I suggest, unless you're get team, you shouldn't have your own chat. You should be plugging into your upline get team's chat. And you can talk to them and figure that out however you want to figure it out. But I think that, there's power in numbers, okay? So you should be plugging in every single client, every single member, every single person that you bring into this business or these products should be plugged into the chats. I don't make it optional. Okay, and those of you who are our direct downlines and that we're your coaches, you know what we tell you when you get started. Okay, here's the next step. After you've ordered the products, download Telegram. We're going to add you to the chats. It's not like, oh, would you like to be added to the chats? No, we're going to add you to the chats because I know that it's for your own good. I know that if you're in the chats, you're going to stay motivated. And I know that if you're in the chats, you're going to get better results. So I don't make it optional. You shouldn't make it optional either. Okay? Add everyone to the chat. It's part of how we do business. It's part of our follow-up process. It's part of our system. And when people contact you, they contact you because they want results. They contact you because they saw something in you that attracted them, and they saw something in you that they wanted. Okay? So if they want that, if they want the results, then they have to be willing to do whatever you say. They have to be willing to join the chats. They have to be willing to follow your directions because you know what's best. You know how they're going to get the best results. Okay? And you got to have that confidence about it. Okay? Everybody should be in the chats because the chats are unbelievable. The chats are amazing. The chats are just, I can't stress enough about the chats. In fact, I've been talking about these chat things all around the world, and people all around the world are amazed, and they're at awe with how freaking awesome this is. They're fascinated at the fact that we can be interacting all day and we can be sharing results all day. So make sure you're in the chats. So yeah, everyone should be plugged in to their Top Team members chat. Let's see what else. Also, when you have people who are interested in doing the business, when you have people who are interested in doing the business, we have created these videos for a reason, okay? If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's okay. Contact your coach. He'll tell you about it. We have these videos we created where we introduce each other and we give people kind of like the basics. But we introduce ourselves and we give people kind of like the basics about our business, okay? So, number one, so when you tell somebody, okay, welcome to the team or whatever, download Telegram, I'm going to do a few things when you download Telegram. I'm going to add you to our chats. And number two, I'm going to send you some videos that you need to watch. The videos, it's about 5 of them, okay? And it's about 5 videos, and it's a series of, it lasts about 26 minutes, okay? Now, these videos are very particular to our organization. So if you're somebody right now who's watching this training and is not part of our organization, you can create your own videos. They're very simple to do, and it's basically just introducing yourself to the team and explaining the basics about Herbalife Use Word Talk. Okay? So guys, make sure you're sending these videos to the people who are interested in doing the business, okay? Because it kind of sets the bottom line since day one, and it sets the right expectations, and it gets people introduced to us, their uplines, because chances are their uplines, and it gives them several different stories that they have, since day one. Okay, so it's imperative we give them the videos, and then we plug them in to the chats. And this is the process. Now, this does not mean that you're not going to follow up on people individually. Okay, it is important that you do follow up on people individually, but at least we know that if they're in the chats, then it's you won't need as much individual follow up, because if they're in there all day, then you're in communication with them already. Okay, so that is our follow up system. Okay, that is our follow up system, and sometimes we take it for granted, but this is amazing, guys. What this creates and what this does for your clients, for your members, for your team is amazing. The fact that they can stay motivated all day, the fact that they can have many different stories, they can have people to bring them up when they're down. This is amazing. Now, in addition, you guys need to make sure that you're all plugging in. Obviously, you are plugging into our Monday night meetings, okay? And that not only are you plugging in, but that you're letting your team know. Sometimes we just promote these, we talk about these meetings in the chats, okay? But if your downlines are not actively in the chat, they won't know about it. So it's important that not only do you know about it, but that you pass this down to your downlines, and that you share this with your downlines. We want as many people connecting as possible, so we can have as many people learning as possible. All right, so if you have people who are interested in the business or whatnot, send them the info about the training, okay? Remind them, let them know. For those of you who have qualified to the focus groups, we were supposed to have one today. We had to cancel it. There's some, they're actually doing some construction over by where our office is in the parking lot. They're changing some pipes and stuff, so we didn't have water today, so I didn't want to do a focus group with no water, especially since we drink so much tea and we pee so much, us Herbalife people. So, the focus groups, congratulations to all of you who have qualified. If you haven't qualified, you should start qualifying for them. 5,000 points, okay? 5,000 points a previous month qualifies you for the focus groups that are every 2 weeks. Not every 2 weeks, they're the first and third Monday of every month, okay? Now, these focus groups are by qualification. Why are they by qualification? Because we only want people in there who are serious. Okay, focus groups are to discuss goals and higher leadership stuff one-on-one, and we want to make sure that everybody that's there is on the same page and is focused on the business and has a broader understanding of the business. Okay, so anybody can qualify. Okay, it's open to everybody as long as you qualify. By the way, if you're not local, we also broadcast them through Periscope. And for that, your coach can give you the info, or you can find out the info through the Active World Team chats if you're Active World Team, because every week is a different login. Cool. We had to stop doing this for a while. I don't know if you guys remember, for those that are local, and maybe many of you saw pictures and stuff, but we used to have like the team get together, like the team workout once a month. We had some issues with the city. We couldn't continue doing the team workouts, but now we're gonna have a team get together every single month, starting this month. Okay, we're gonna have the team get together every single month for everybody who's local, and for those that aren't local, we can Periscope you drinking a beer at our team get together. Drinking tea at our team get together. We'll Periscope you, but it's mainly for those who are local. But don't feel bad if you're not here in Miami. You can start your own with your team wherever you are, or you can get together with your upline wherever you are and start your own anywhere. So it's a good idea to do team get-togethers like once a month. Okay. For those of you in Miami or the surrounding areas, we'll be starting it once again this month. The information will be put in the chats. We don't have a date yet. I just thought of that. But we will have one this month. So monthly team get-togethers. When we do these, it's important that you go, because there's conversations that happen there, and there's things that happen there that are going to contribute to the growth in your business. Plain and simple. Like I said, everything has a purpose, and sometimes we take all these things for granted, but everything on here has a purpose, okay? So, team get-togethers and the retreats. So, I'm excited, and we have a good problem. We're gonna have way more people qualify for Jamaica than we expected, which is a problem, but it's a good problem that we'll figure out. Congratulations to all of you that already qualified. That is amazing. And for those of you that haven't qualified, the last day to qualify is March 31st. So get your butts to work. It's going to be the most unbelievable experience ever. Those of you that qualified last year, the one that we had in the Keys, it was amazing. It was a crazy experience. It was so awesome. So we decided to do it again twice a year now. And so the next one's in Jamaica, and it's May. A lot of people are asking this, May 15th through the 21st, and we are flying into Montego Bay. Just put it out there, since I've gotten that question asked many different times. So the retreats, guys, it's important that you at least strive to qualify for the retreats. And let me tell you what's going to happen. If you at least try to qualify for the retreats, you'll qualify for VIP at your monthly STS. You'll qualify for Gold VIP at the LDWs. You'll qualify for everything. If you qualify for the retreats, you'll qualify for everything. And even if you don't qualify for the retreats, if you're at least going for it and you get close, you'll probably still qualify for everything else in Herbalife. All right? So, plus at these retreats, you're going to get to hang out with some of the top leaders from the organization, some of the top producers. You're going to get to hang out with most of the people who are always in that top 20 producer list. So it's amazing, amazing, amazing. We're going to have private trainings with top leaders from Herbalife, private mentoring sessions. It's going to be crazy, all the things we're going to have. Special gifts. It's unreal. All right, and ultimately, like I said, everything is like a system. Everything is a structure. If you follow the structure, you're growing the marketing plan. Ultimately, everything leads to the next event. All right, so everything that we do will lead to the next event, to the next STS. Okay, if you don't know what an STS is, because you're brand new, no problem. An STS is a success training seminar They do these in all different cities from all over the world, wherever you are. If you haven't gone to one yet, you need to go to one ASAP. They're amazing. And then we have our LDWs coming up now in April. Okay, so I know a lot of people have already purchased their tickets and everything. You want to make sure you go to the LDWs. The one here in Florida is going to be in Orlando, and we're going to have a Chairman's Club member, Dan Waldron, as our guest speaker. It's going to be unbelievable. Guys, you want to make sure you go to your monthly events, the quarterly events, and ultimately you want to make sure that you don't miss out on the extravaganza. Enrique Carrillo in Detroit. I just spent like 4 days with Enrique. Amazing guy. So all of you who are near Detroit or in Detroit, you want to make sure that you're there, because I know he's going to bring a lot of awesome information. So you want to make sure you're attending the monthly events. You want to make sure you're attending the April LDWs, and you want to make sure that you're attending the extravaganza, guys. Okay. I'll tell you now, you have to start planning for it now. Don't wait till last minute, because if you wait till last minute, you won't go. Okay? The extravaganza is an event that you can't miss. The extravaganza is an event that if you're serious about this business, for me, is non-negotiable. Okay? We work with people who go to extravaganza, period. Because we understand that once you go to extravaganza, you have you're in this for good. All right. So extravaganza, it's actually the event that kind of changed the course of our career in Herbalife, because before extravaganza, we didn't really see the big picture. After going to extravaganza, we went from making like $1,000-something to making like $4,000. Okay, that month after. So it is, I can't stress enough how important it is to make sure that you plan for it. You're gonna have to buy flights. You're gonna have to buy. You're going to have to book hotel rooms. So you want to make sure that you're putting money aside. But not having money is an excuse. Okay, not having money is an excuse, and it's a really bad excuse, because we have a product that we can sell and make 50% profit, okay, and, save enough money to go to extravaganza. So if you need more money, just sell more product, okay? So, not going to extravaganza is just, the worst, mistake that you can make in your whole Herbalife career if you're serious about this business. I mean, I can't stress it enough. It's like a no-brainer. You have to go to extravaganza. We've gone to like 5. We go to 2 extravaganzas a year for the most part. Okay, and then coming up our April, they'll be, like I said, make sure you get your tickets, because they're going to get more expensive as the time gets closer, and you don't want to wait to the door, because you don't even know they're going to have tickets at the door. So you want to get them ahead of time. All right, so everything leads to events, guys. There's no growth in Herbalife. Nothing happens without going to events. I've seen many people come and go, and one thing has remained consistent between all those people who have left and who are no longer around, and that thing that's always consistent is the fact that they don't go to events. Okay? Period. The people that don't go to events in this business don't make it. All right? The only ones that make it are the ones that actually go to events. Period. There's no other way around that. So that concludes my training. Oh, and yeah, always lead by example. Okay, always lead by example. If you want your team to produce more, you got to produce more. If you want your team to go to events, you got to be the first one at the event. If you want your team to sign more people up, you got to sign more people up. If you want your team to get better results, you got to get better results. If you want your team to get a 6-pack, you got to get a 6-pack. It all happens with you first. Okay, it doesn't happen with anybody else. It starts with you. You always got to lead by example. If you want your team to qualify VIP, you got to qualify VIP. It's real easy to say do more, get more clients, produce more, but you got to walk the walk and talk the talk and walk the walk. All right, and I'm done, guys. That's pretty much it. I'll answer some questions. What's up? Talk to me. Anybody have questions? I'm excited. Can you tell? No questions? Oh, yeah, wait. I forget. Before I end the training, well, I'll answer questions, and then before I answer questions, I'll answer questions, and after I answer questions, I want to introduce you to my great friends from Brazil, and they're gonna say a couple of words. Yes, thank you for reminding me, by the way. I forgot they were even here. They were watching me the whole time, too. We're going to both extravaganzas. I don't know when I'm coming to an extravaganza in Brazil. The information about the retreats, you can ask your coach, and he can provide the information. It's in the chats. Anyone can go to extravaganza. Well, it depends. For the U.S. extravaganzas, anybody can go. Okay. For the European extravaganza, it's different, and all the extravaganzas are kind of different. So he's gonna make sure you ask your sponsor, wherever you are. It just depends. Nice to meet you. The tickets for LDW, if you're a new supervisor, I think they're 75, otherwise they're 90. For extravaganza, tickets will go on sale at the LDW. So if you go to the LDW, you'll be able to buy your ticket at a cheaper price at the LDW. The earlier you buy your ticket, the cheaper it is. No, I don't need to do every training. You guys need to hear from many different people because different people have different stories. And it's always good to learn and to get to know different stories. We build this business with stories. So the more stories you can know about, the better. By the way, I haven't told you guys my story in a long time. I know I did a training one time. Maybe it was like, I don't know, it was a long time ago, where I shared kind of like our story. Maybe in one of the upcoming trainings, Disney and I will share our story, like our full story. You know, like from when we started, and we can talk about even before Herbalife, what we did and stuff. So I'll leave that for a future training. But for those of you who are brand new that don't really know us, before Herbalife, we were bartenders. I assume everybody kind of knows. Before Herbalife, we were bartenders and struggling like actors and models, and we had no idea what we were going to do with our lives. We were like $70,000 in debt from student loans. No, over that. We were like $100,000 in debt from student loans. All that has been paid off, by the way. And we didn't want to do Herbalife in the beginning. We were super negative, super skeptical. My parents introduced us to Herbalife, and I didn't want to do it. It took us like 6 months to actually get started, and I didn't even want to do the business, even when we got started. I thought Herbalife was a bunch of BS, and here I am today, 3.5 years in business, and it's unbelievable. Oh, the 5 videos in Spanish? So how about you duplicate them in Spanish? I think it would do a great job at translating them in Spanish. We can do our part in Spanish, and then I can let you do the rest in Spanish. That'll be an interesting task. No, the chats are bilingual. I mean, I'm sure if you ask a question in Spanish in the chat, or if you say something in Spanish, there'll be tons of Spanish people who will answer you in Spanish, but I'll introduce them in a minute. They're the special guests. They get to go at the end. I gotta finish answering your questions. Yeah, you can be any level and go to extravaganza. Guys, this is not a social media training. If you want a social media training, get with your upline or with your coach. By the way, I'm drinking cinnamon tea. It's so good. All right, any more questions? Call Herbalife, Christina, call Herbalife, and I think if you're a new supervisor, you can get it for 75, but you call Herbalife. By the way, if you don't have the number to Herbalife, it is 866-4744. Bubba, I'm counting on you, bro. I want to see a six-pack in 2 months. Come on. Any other questions? Yep, that's the right number. So now, I'm drinking cranberry. Cranberry ale is my favorite. Successful could mean different things to different people. Success to you could be making an extra $1,000. That's all we wanted in the beginning. So, success, it's you define what success is to you. I can't define that. And how long it's going to take you? It's going to take you as long as you want it to take you. It didn't take us very long. It just depends on how much work you put in. So now, I want to introduce you guys to some very special friends of ours. We actually were just recently with them in Brazil. We had an amazing time. So I want to introduce you to the President's team and 7,500 Millionaire team. My friends from Brazil. Do Brazil.
Hello, guys. How are you doing?
So if you guys want to
Talk.
English, can you say a few things in English?
Just a little.
You can say a few things in English. Yeah, you're good.
No.
Just say your name, tu nombre, how long in Herbalife, and before Herbalife.
I am Grazina from the Brazil. I have before the Herbalife a musician, singer, and Renato.
I play the guitar. And you?
Hi, my name is Helena. I started there in Herbalife when I have 17 years old, and I'm in high school. And I'm going to the STS, know the business, the products, start to use the products, and it's amazing results. So then we start the business together. We have 9 years in the company, and 1 year we started in a small city, have like 30 habitants?
30,000 people.
30,000 people, and we start to do all the things that you know, to use the product, talk to people, and do evaluations of the day, evaluation in the day. And my first month,
I got
some
I made.
100.
You made $100.
Yeah, I made it.
Extra, and I'm just a student, and I see that this is the opportunity that I want to do of all my life, and go to extravaganzas and see the vision, the future. It can be for me too, and we go to all the events in the Brazil, in the other road. You are so excited to be here, learning to the best people in the road. And now I have a life, a great life. I have a great car. I really like to have to travel and know all the places in the road. So I'm very grateful for this opportunity. And we start together, and my sister and my.
They're sisters, by the way.
Yeah. She is in the present team, so she go to start now.
No, she's talking everything. Thank you. Go to
extravaganza and get more people and come together. You. Bye bye.
We were all just hanging out in Cancun, and it was awesome. All right, guys. Well, you guys have an amazing night. I am all done. Obrigado. Bye, guys. See you later.
Oh.
How do you end this thing?
It's kind of frozen, bro.
Right?
Yeah, it's frozen. I think that just